Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. How is everyone doing in the holiday rush? We're on the eve of Christmas and all the holiday things going on. And are you rattled? Are you taking it in stride? How are you all doing? I know I'm a little bit rattled, actually. Still haven't gotten all my shopping done yet. Hopefully this weekend, because I'm going to be running out of time really soon. So tonight, I want to talk to you a little bit about how to keep your sanity during the holiday season. I know, especially for us empaths that are out there, we're feeling everybody else's energy besides our own, and sometimes our own is way too much. And then you add on top of somebody else's, and before you know it, you're slowly going insane. So I thought that I would remind everybody about the empath toolbox. I've talked a little bit about this on some past shows, and it's always a really great reminder and a great refresher, especially going into a holiday season like this. Now, probably most of you have had your holiday parties for work and with the kids, and so you've probably gotten through all of that. But like me, maybe some of you still have some shopping to do, and you're going out there and you're going to be dealing with all of the insanity and the crowds and everything else. So couple of tips to help you get through that with a little bit more ease. So before you even go into the shopping mall, a crowded store, anything like that, just sit and take a few deep breaths. Now, there's a technique called 4-4-4, and you've probably heard different twists on this, but basically it's just inhaling with a deep breath for 4 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you slowly release 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you do it again. And you just keep doing that model until you can get your heart rate down, that you're feeling a little more grounded, a little more relaxed. Another thing that you can do just by sitting in your car and before you even get out, is a grounding technique. And so there's many ways to imagine the grounding technique. This is just one, which I would recommend, is that you feel that there is a rope tied to the bottom half of your body. And on the bottom half of that rope, you see a brick tied to it. And so you let that brick go, and you see it sink deep into Mother Earth. And then you just see it swinging gently. And you just sit there with that feeling. And it is enabling to ground you and to kind of help you on top of the breathing technique that you're already doing. So now you've gone into the mall, things are hectic, people are going crazy, they're pushing, they're shoving, some may be upset, and you've just had enough. You need to stop and ask yourself, who am I feeling? Because chances are you've got all this other energy coming in and at you, all around you. So you have to stop and just ask, who am I feeling? And when you do that, right, you will either get you'll get a real heavy sensation, like maybe somebody's weighted down on your shoulders. You may get a heaviness in the pit of your stomach. So if you are getting these feelings, that is your no. This feeling is not yours. Now, if it's kind of an uplifted feeling, whose is this? Is this mine? And you get this kind of uplifted feeling, flutter of butterflies in your stomach, or feeling like you're being lifted up with a balloon. That means, yes, those are your feelings. So going back to, are these your feelings? And you get the no, you get the heaviness, you get this feeling of, no, this isn't mine. You simply say, return to sender with love. Return to sender with love. And what that does is it brings you into awareness so that you can release all of those feelings that are no longer yours. They're just attaching to you. They need somewhere to go. And being an empath, you are just so susceptible to pulling all those energies in. So by simply saying return to sender, and you can say it a couple of times. If you feel like it's not going anywhere, say it a couple of times. Return to sender with love. Return to sender with love. And you should be able to feel, if you're in tune with you and your body, you should be able to feel those kind of lift off and leave, and you feel a sense of relief. Like, oh, wow, okay, I feel lighter. Now, if you're doing this and it's just way too crazy and way too busy, try to pull yourself away to a quiet part, even just a corner, or step outside. If you're in a mall or a store, step outside if you can, if the weather's not too nasty, and just take a moment. Do your breathing. Check in with yourself. Who am I feeling? Is this mine? And then feel the heaviness or the lightness. So while you're doing this, also take a moment. You can do the breathing again. You can do your 4-4-4 technique, or you can just kind of sit quietly and just let your brain relax. Give yourself 5 or 10 minutes just to regroup and start over. If you know how to do expansion exercises, expansion of your energy field and of your light is so very important for those empaths when you are getting ready to go into a really big situation, a crowded area, or an area that has a lot of energy. You know, like you go see a game, coliseums and games, very high energy. Expand your energy before you even go in, and prepare yourself to go in to some of those things. I'm going to be doing some classes, I think, coming up in January and February, that kind of expands on this whole idea of the empath's toolbox. And we'll be able to actually try out some of these techniques and work with the heavy and the light and do some of these things. So if you're interested in learning more, reach out to me on my Facebook page at Julie YeagerWalker Medium. You can also get me over on Your Time to Shine Facebook page, or I have a website, www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com, and I can give you some more information on when those classes are going to be held after the first of the year. So try some of those techniques. I think they're really going to help you get through the last little bit of this holiday rush and be able to keep your sanity. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to me. I would be happy to help you with some of these if you have any questions about something specific. So I hope those techniques help you and help you get through the holidays with a little bit more ease and joy. So right now we are going to go to the phone lines. Ikisha in Dallas, Texas. Hi, good evening.
Hello.
How are you this evening?
Good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. What can I help you with tonight?
I was trying to get a reading.
Okay, so you're just looking for a general reading?
Yes. It's just about my life.
Okay. Perfect. Give me just a minute here to kind of tap in to your loved ones to see what they have to say. So it's just going to be a little bit of silence here while I tap in, and then I will be right back with you, okay?
Okay. I think she read from, I gave her the bottle.
So I have a male figure that has stepped in. Actually, he's been here with me since before the show. Have you had a father figure, a father, maybe an uncle, that has recently passed?
You said an
Or that
uncle
you
or a
were,
father recently passed?
I'm sorry?
You said an uncle or a father?
Yes.
No, my father's still alive. My
Okay.
uncle, no. My auntie,
Okay.
but it's been like a year.
Okay. So I
But it
have
could
a
be
I
my
have a
uncle on
male.
my father's side. Huh?
Okay. All right. So I have a male figure here at he's definitely saying that he is connected to you in some way. Um, he wants you to know that you are he, such an amazing person. He is so excited to be here and to be able to connect with you. He says he's been waiting for a very long time to connect. Um, and this happened to be like the perfect opportunity for the two of you to connect. Um, he said there's been a lot of like ups and downs. Um, Not so much. I'm not getting the feeling that it's really turmoil, but there's been some really significant things going on in your life that
Uh-huh.
have made you question a lot of things. Um, and he's wanting you to know that everything is going to be okay. He just keeps saying you're going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. It's a very small piece in your life right now. And he says it looks really grand. It looks huge from your perspective. And what he's asking for you to do is to pull back and step back and look at the bigger picture of things.
Okay.
Because
You
he
said
says when
peace?
you look at the bigger picture of things, that you will be able to understand where this is going.
Okay.
Um, he says you have so much value and so much to give, and you don't give yourself enough credit for the
You said I
things
don't
that
give
you do.
myself another credit?
Yes, you don't give yourself enough credit. So he says all the things that you do for your family, the sacrifices that you make, he says he sees that every single day.
No, thanks.
Um, he's showing me feathers. Have you been noticing a lot of feathers in your path, or maybe when you change the sheets that you find like a feather, like a random feather? Um, there's a connection with feathers.
You said it's a connection with feathers?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen no feathers. Not lately.
Not lately. Okay. He's showing me that there, I mean, I see them, I see the feathers everywhere. So he's asking you to be more aware of the feathers, because he's saying he's dropping you little hints of, look, I'm around, I'm here, I can help you. Um, that's another thing he says. You're searching for answers, and he says ask him for help.
My uncle?
Kind of like, yeah, kind of like surrendering and saying, I don't know how to fix this problem, so help me, right?
Okay.
It's it's like taking it's like taking, if you can imagine, like taking all of your questions or things that you don't know how to answer, or maybe you don't know what direction to go. See yourself putting
Right.
them on a very big platter, okay? And then lifting them
Okay.
up to your loved ones and say, help me. I'm surrendering to you. help me figure this out.
Okay.
He's showing me that you have a lot, you've got some pretty big decisions that are coming up that you're needing to really look at. There's some transitions in your life that are coming up. They're really big, but they're good. So don't be concerned that it's something that's not good.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. It's just the baby's crying.
Just that you have some really big transitions coming up in your life, and they're good transitions.
That's good.
Are you thinking about moving or possibly buying a house?
Yeah. I'm sorry, what'd you say now?
Are you looking at possibly moving or buying a house?
Moving or buying a house?
Yes.
I already moved into my apartment, but I just want to like be stable, like have my own car and have my own place, like have a stable job. You know, that's all I just want.
Right. You've got some things coming up. I feel like maybe you're going to be making another move.
Okay.
In this next year. I'm feeling like it's possibly maybe somewhere around May that you might be making a transition and a move. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So was there any other questions that you had?
So I mean, I don't know what type of questions to ask.
Yeah, again, this male figure that's been here, I'm going to call him your uncle, is just saying that the transitions might be a little bit bumpy, but they're for your highest and best good, and it's going to be okay.
So it's going to be okay?
Yes. He's asking you to stay positive.
Stay positive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. This transition isn't going to be very long. It's not going to last a long time. So you're going to be just fine going through it.
He said, I'm going to be really nervous?
No. No, you don't need to be nervous at all. It's all good things.
He said this is a good thing?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
He's kind of stepping back right now. So that what that indicates to me is that he's said what he's needed to tell you.
What you say now?
I said he's basically saying that he has told you everything that he needs to tell you.
Okay. All right. So I said thank you.
You are so very welcome. I hope you have a great holiday season.
Okay. That's what he said, or that's what you said?
That's what I'm saying.
Huh? I need somebody else.
Are there any other
Huh?
questions that you want to ask?
Do I want to ask any more questions?
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to ask?
Like, why was I given up for foster care?
Why what?
Why I was given up for foster care?
Let me see if I can tap into that. They're showing me that it was in order to give you a different direction and a better life than what you would have had you stayed in that situation.
Okay. All right.
I'm being shown that everything was done for love, even if it didn't feel that way.
Okay.
Your guys are showing me that, that you have a beautiful family, and that coming from the place that you're coming from, you are better able to guide them and help them in their life.
Okay.
Because you're coming from a different place. It's a place more of love.
Okay.
They're telling me that there are so many good things, that are happening in your life, and that have happened because of that situation.
Okay.
They say that it may not seem that way to you, but it really is. It's been a huge blessing. And if you were to stop and kind of look at the situation, they said that you would see it too.
I'll be with what?
If you stopped and looked at the situation, that you would see what blessings you have in your life as well.
Okay.
So we are coming down to the very last little bit of our show here.
Okay.
So I want to thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
I hope you have a wonderful holiday.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right. You too, Baba.
Well, that does it for us. Another one in the books. Getting ready to say goodbye to 2019 and hello to 2020. So catch me over on my Facebook page at Julie YeagerWalker Medium, or Your Time to Shine, or you can catch me over on my website, www.wingsofsoulwithjulie.com. Everyone have a very joyous holiday season, and we will see you next time.